So guys, I've been busy with work. I finally got free. I just wanted to cover a few things, maybe some misconceptions people may have. So this chart I put up on 5/16. This is a published chart. I can't change it. All I can do is load it up. I'll put the link for this in the description. So yeah, 5/16. I put this up. It's back in May, and this is the point where I published it. And you can see this is where I had this purple Fib circle. This is a capitulation ring. If I hit play, you can see how price respected this purple Fib circle here, and it's coming right up on this ring that I'm calling the capitulation ring. So I added this to the BTC shareable chart. If you guys have it and you hit refresh, you notice I added this this pennant or a wedge formation, whatever you want to call it, and we're getting closer to the apex. Now I did have a Fib circle that I adjusted it, and let me load that up. Let me have the other Fib circle pop up here if I can find it. So I adjusted this Fib circle. This is in the 30-minute, by the way. The reason I did that is because this is such a large area. Knowing exactly where this Fib circle is difficult. I mean, because it spans. I mean, if I zoom out, I mean, look at how much area this Fib circle covers. I mean, it's huge. And if you move it just a little bit, just want to point this out to everyone, okay? I have it right now at the very bottom, right at the bottom where we right before that first candle came down, which puts us out as far as it can possibly go. Before I had it right before it started, you know, these red candles started and it started coming down. I had it about right here, which that's why I adjusted that Fib circle. Let me refresh this and put it back the way it was. That's why when price was at this point, I wanted to see if maybe this was where the capitulation ring was, and if price was following it down, this Fib circle. So that's why I adjusted the position of it and tried to match it up as close as possible. And let me tell you, I was only 30 minutes. It took me 15 minutes just to get this ring to match it. But you can see what happened. It followed down, and as soon as it broke through, that's what I'm saying. These Fib circles, they give you pivots. As soon as it crossed through this ring, it shot straight up. That's why these Fib circles are powerful for trading. While you don't know which way price is going to go, and sometimes it can give you an idea. Price was moving down, it crossed over and shot up. So while you don't know when it's going to cross over, if you're paying attention, when it does cross over, it tells you when to buy and when to sell. But I guess what I want to clear up for everyone is this is the furthest point this capitulation circle could possibly be. All right, so it can't go out any further because it comes from 2 points. It comes from the very top, right at the top of the top of the wick, all the way down to the very bottom where we started capitulating down. So when we get to this point, you know, if we just go straight through it, nothing happens, which that's unlikely because we're in this pennant formation, so we're going to either break to the upside or the downside. So I guess what I'm going to say is this is just a theory I have. The capitulation ring theory, again, it's just a theory. It is possible that and keep in mind that this ring, I don't think it could be further out. It could possibly be further in. But it could hit this ring and it could shoot us straight up. If that happens, buy in. At the same time, be cautious because it could be a fake out. You know, with manipulation, it's always possible that it could be a fake out. So it could come up and then come back down. But yeah, if it hits this ring and shoots straight up, you know, then hey, we could be going much higher. Buy in. If we hit this ring and come down, you know, then we'll have to see what happens. But the capitulation thing actually could still be in play, and it could happen. And I do have a bearish bias because I believe that this was a sucker's rally. That's what I believe. That's why I think that we'll be coming down. But I could always be wrong. I don't want anybody to lose any money. So again, when we get out of this formation here, if we break to the upside, buy, ride it up. If we come to the downside, yeah, stay out. Or if you do leverage trading, do what you need to do. But don't get this confused with Fib circles. This is something that I think potentially could happen. We could hit this ring and we could come down, and if not making lower lows, at least come down a pretty substantial amount you know, down 5,000, 4,000. That's just what I believe. But these Fib circles, they do work. I mean, this is a Neo chart right here. You can see that when price was stuck on this blue ring here, as soon as it broke out of it, that started the trajectory going up. And you can see as soon as it hit the top of this blue ring, it was resistance. It came back down, it found support on this ring. So it tells you, oh, you get to this point, you would sell. You come back down, you buy. You ride it up and down. As soon as it broke through this point, it came up to this next line in this pitchfork. And you can see price came down, it respected this ring. And the other ways to play this is, you know, since you already have these rings, if not only does it give you tops, it gives you points where you can find a top where to retrace down. It also gives you bottoms. You know, when it comes down to a certain point, you know that it's going to find support and then move back up. And then the other way to play this is if it's down low and hits one of these rings, it's going to ride it up. So you would buy when it hits it, ride it up. When it crosses over, that's when you'd potentially sell. If it hits the top, that would be a sell point because it's going to retrace and come back down. So Fib circles do work. So just because my capitulation theory might not play out does not mean Fib circles are not a great tool to actually find pivot points, tops, and bottoms. But we are getting close to this the apex of this pennant formation, and we are going to break either to the upside or the downside. I have no idea which way it'll go. So my suggestion is pay attention. If we move to the upside, you know, hey, buy in, ride it up. We go to the downside, wait it out and see what happens. My theory is when we break out of this ring, we'll be coming down a substantial amount. I'm talking, you know, if not hitting our previous low, at least getting close to it. But again, it's just a theory of mine. This is a capitulation ring theory, that's all. Fib circles do work, and if you go to my community section and you read these posts, I got 146 comments. People have been using this and it's working for them. I mean, they wouldn't continue to use it if it wasn't working. So I know some of you, maybe you don't want to pay the $20, you know, to access my charts. That's fine, I understand that. My suggestion for you is go in. I have two videos. I have a video called and I'll put a link up for it, Fib Circle tutorial. I'll put a link up to that right now. And also have another video called Fun with Fibs. It was a live stream, and I created like 4 or 5 altcoin charts, so you can watch me do it from scratch. So I'll put a video up for that right now. Go in, if you don't have a TradingView account, create one. Go in, put in whatever altcoin or BTC, whatever exchange you want to have. Just start drawing some Fib circles, and when you see, and typically when you draw a Fib circle, all you do is you go from typically you go from a high point to a low point, and then, you know, that would suffice. But then you can change it and adjust it to get it to fit price action, like this ring that I have here. And when you see how well it fits everything, then you know that these rings out here are going to play a role as a potential pivot to either shoot up or shoot down. Every single one of these. And you can see, let me delete one of these. You can see how well price has been respecting each one of these rings. And I guarantee you when it hits this ring, it's going to go up. And this is just Neo. I have a bunch of other alts and Bitcoin charts. And I'm also working on other stuff. This is something I published. It was back on, well, I don't see the date for this one. Oh, June 25th. This is something I'm working on, and I'm calling it a Fib Projection. So you can see this is where price action was when I published the chart. And look at this Fib circle right here. This thing, well, I'm in the 60 minutes, so you can tell how big this blue Fib circle is. But I created this chart. I wanted to find a way to have Fib circles that I could place way out above, because normally when you set up a Fib circle, you already have to have price action to match the Fib circle to the price action to get it to fit. So I used a certain method projecting out further to see if I could get price action to match a Fib that was placed out way past price action. And if you hit play, it's uncanny how well it's been respecting this blue Fib. You can see that. Yeah, it's kind of yellow, it's ghosted. That's how it is with published charts. By the way, all my charts are shareable. But you can see it came up, it found support on this blue ring, it came almost down to this point. It found support on it, support, came down to this one, found support, found resistance, came right up to the tick on this one. Came down, worked within this green fib, and it was bouncing up and down. So it's totally respecting. I mean, look at how it's respecting this this blue fib circle. And now we're stuck on this center ring. So this is actually something that I wanted to put up and see how it played out, and it's playing out really nice. And I had thought I'd lost this chart, but actually did find this chart, so I'm going to create a new chart and only use these fib circles that are actually you know, the price action's respecting. But that's the point of this community, is trying new things to see what you can come up with. I like to be creative and think outside the box, try to break the code, get that extra edge to know when, you know, a possible pivot could be, or if we can be ahead of the price action. So those are the things I'm working on. In the community section, you know, we talk about things, we share ideas, and people have been sending me you know, charts they create, and some of them are amazing. I might put that at the end of this video. I don't have those up right now. I do want to get this up pretty quick because we're getting close to the apex of this pennant formation. But again, if you do want access to my charts, that information is in the description. It's a one-time $20 donation. If you my email's there as well if you want to contact me if you have any questions. But just don't get confused this capitulation theory with playing these fibs, because these fibs actually work. So go to the community section. There's 146 comments. Read what these people have to say. Again, I've never had one person ask for a refund on these charts, because they actually do work. But yeah, I understand people are skeptical. You should be skeptical. That's a smart thing to do. So again, my suggestion for you is just go in, find an altcoin or whatever. After you watch those videos that I put the links up for, that will also be in the description, start drawing some fib circles and see how amazing it is when you place these and you get them set up correctly, how well price respects these. It moved right, as soon as it broke out of this ring, this is Neo again, it went straight up to this next ring and found resistance and moved down it. And, you know, I would put up some other charts and show you how these play out, but I do want to get this up. And in regards to Sonny, I understand originality is not his forte. He uses other people's content and then talks about it. And then, you know, if he's desperate to get a video up, then he'll go after other YouTubers. So, you know, I want to say thank you to him, because I got more ad revenue in one day from people coming and watching my videos than I ever have in the past. So thank you, Sonny, for that. And I also want to say you're welcome for giving you some content so you could pay rent to your mother so she doesn't kick you out of your basement. So again, you know, thank you and you're welcome. But yeah, again, if you want to have access to the charts, that's in the description. But I'm telling you, go in, read the comments in my community section, and just try it for yourself. Place these fibs and see how they work. They're amazing at getting price. I mean, you can see I set up this yellow fib circle. We were moving down it. We came down, we hit the bottom of this wedge. It came up, it found resistance right here, but as soon as it broke through, it shot straight up to the top of this wedge. And even that fib circle I had before, like I said, that when I moved this fib circle over here, as soon as price broke out of it, that's when it shot up. I think it was like this. So as soon as it broke out, it shot straight up. That was a pivot point. And I told you in that live stream, if y'all watched it, I said if we do break out of this ring, go ahead and buy, because if it's moving up, then that's your pivot point. But again, this is a large fib circle, and you know, I wanted to find out if price was respecting it and if that was the actual capitulation ring where price was moving down. Obviously that didn't pan out because it went up. But again, this is the furthest point this could be, so we'll just have to watch and see what happens. You know, if we cross this and start coming down, then I think the capitulation theory might pan out. And if we do cross, or we come to this point and we shoot up, hey, just be ready and be watching and buy in. So that's it for today. I will cover some more things, and I have this chart now. So like I said, I will take these fib circles, because I imagine since price has been respecting this circle, this blue fib circle so soon at this point, it's going to continue to respect it, you know, going way out here. And there are some other fib circles that price is respecting as well. like this purple one. You can see price is respecting it very well. So I will grab some of these that the price is respecting, and I'll make a new chart, and I'll have that accessible on my website where you access all the other charts. But yeah, so just pay attention to this, and we are, again, this ring could be closer. I don't think it could be further because I have it the furthest point it could possibly be. We are currently, you know, from the top of it, we're 6 hours, and from the right here we are 11 hours. So within about 9 hours, if this is in the correct place, could be closer, but I'm expecting something to happen when we hit this. And I'm telling you, this is a very important Fib circle. So I expect a pivot to happen, and it just coincidentally, this Fib circle just happens to be right at the close to the apex of this formation. So it'll be interesting to see if we get and usually that's what happens. If you hit it from the top, it will be resistance and push you down. Then again, you can see in some cases, you know, when we were riding up this green ring right here, actually we rode up this white ring, we crossed over, that was a pivot to come down, then we rode up this this green ring, we came down through it, found support, and then we started moving up. So it'll be interesting to see. We could just hit this and just skyrocket, or we could come down. So, you know, just pay attention, see what happens. But again, this is just a theory. This is my theory of this. That's why I call it the ring of capitulation. It could be the ring of hope. It could shoot us straight up. But again, that's within the next 9 hours. So if we do cross this and start going up, you know, hey, we can all be bullish. If we cross this and start going down, then, you know, we'll have to revisit this and see how low we can possibly go. But that's it for today. I did want to cover some other things, but I just wanted to get this up quick so you guys can be ready for whatever happens. That's it for now. Until the next video, guys.